just don't be too. Just don't be too much. You know, he can only stretch things so much.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Vampire the Masquerade, The Price of Power. I am your storyteller, Ree, and I am here to guide these lovely people through the horrors that can be found deep into the darkest nights. But first, we are going to have everybody introduce themselves, starting with the lovely Walt.
Oh, snap. I get to go first, leading into the next day. What's up, y'all? I'm Ursa Ringer. Y'all already know where I'm at, where to find me. Those of y'all that are setting up in here, I ain't gonna be too long. YouTube, Twitch, SoundCloud, also the Cookout TTRPG, and I'm excited to be here after a long hiatus on the Price of Power. But enough about me. Next caller.
Next up, the lovely Ari.
Hi, I'm Ari. I, of course, playing Sebastian tonight, but if you were here last night, I was playing Layla. Before that, I was playing Elijah over on the Bear Pen, and you can find me over on the Cookout YouTube page, and I play some stuff over there. But if you want to follow me anywhere, it is Small Shadow Snack on Twitter, and it is all full of possums.
All right, next up, the lovely Di.
Hi, I'm Di. You can find me on Twitter at Dichomaniac. You can find me on Friday nights on the Bear Pen on Thala Unbound. And you can find me on Thursdays at YouTube on the Cookout TTRPG. Some of these lovely people playing D&D. Tonight I am playing Tansy, who is the most adorable Hakata ever. She's like the best.
Sure. And last but certainly not least, Sir Monolith.
I'm at Sir Monolith on Twitter. Most of the places you can find me, though, would be at the Bear Pen, Sunday afternoons around 2 o'clock, playing in our game of Vampire there, Blood on the Bayou. You can also find me on Ree's channel that evening on Sundays at around 6 p.m., so the same time as tonight. And we have a cool D&D game going here with Ursa and Ari as well. And then, of course, here. So that's where you can find me, and I'm looking forward to getting all of tonight and not dying, maybe.
All right, and with that, our cast has been introduced, our vampires have been assembled, and it is time for us to explore this world of darkness. But before we start, as a reminder, the world of darkness can be a harsh place to be. I have spoken with my cast here about what their limits are, so please be sure to take a break for yourself, get some water, get some wine, whatever it is that you need to do to take care of yourself if you need to, because we're here to have fun, and it's not fun if you aren't having fun. Now that I've said that, I need for all of my vampires to roll to wake up for the evening.
Rouse time, okay.
Oh, yeah.
It is hunkies.
Walt got a success. Hooray.
Hey!
Rousing success.
So I believe it is just Tansy and Sebastian whose hungers have grown tonight.
What gave it away?
Sounds like
Well, you
the
know,
abyss
Tansy, if you're
is
hungry,
calling.
I have a solution.
Sounds like the abyss is calling. I do have a question for all of you. In the last evening, did you all stay in your communal haven, or did you decide to separate to take care of yourselves?
Walt was definitely in the haven.
Yeah. I mean, that's my spot. Of course I'm in my haven.
Yeah, I feel like Sebastian stayed over.
Yeah, Anush just has a normal apartment, kind of. He doesn't really have a haven of his own, so unless absolutely nothing's going on, he'll probably be here.
All right. In that case, as you all come to unlife the next evening, you feel the vitae begin to churn. Some of you feel the pains of the beast and its demands increase. And with that, I leave the story to the four of you. What do you do?
All right, so Tansy, where do you think is a good place for a rabbit pen? Do you want to do it here, or?
We put it in like the workshop, right?
I mean, okay, so here's the thing about my workshop. It's kind of like my space. And
I've heard about that site. I've heard about that site.
I'm a little worried about the smell. I hear rabbits can kind of like smell a little bit, but I'm worried about keeping them outside because, you know, people like to hang out in the cemetery sometimes. I mean, not hang out, but people are going to notice if there's live rabbits outside of the mausoleum.
It's like a little pen for them.
Right? And then they might come knocking, and we definitely don't want that.
I mean, if they come knocking, we can just make them disappear. But they'll probably knock during the day, so they might be asleep.
Yeah, I think that might be bad. Some are sleeping, and then if they knock and they can't get in, well, that's more suspicious. And then maybe they knock down the door, and I don't know. Maybe it's
You're
just
right. You're right. We should
like-
probably keep this incognito. We didn't get any cages though.
I think the bunnies definitely. I don't want rabbit poop all over my nice carpet.
Is there a room that doesn't have a nice carpet?
Walt built an enclosure. He built one.
It's true.
Like this was planned. Just, if y'all need a refresher, y'all know Walt built one like 2 episodes back.
I don't know is that Anush maybe was aware of that. So
Okay. All right. You know, I don't really spend that much time in my room when I'm awake. The smell won't bother me while I'm sleeping, so I guess the rabbits can stay in my bedroom, but not my workshop.
I mean, would you say Walt's there with you?
I don't know why
I
you
mean,
say
we're
that.
all.
In the News Tansy conversation.
Well, we were all there together. It's not a huge space, so
I mean, but like, I'm saying like Tansy has her room, which I would assume Tansy would be sleeping in, unless Anush like woke up next to her, which that's possible. Like I'm thinking like we probably like crashing in like the living room. Everybody else is like found a spot in the living room or den area.
we're not
and then
that
Tansy
close.
went to her room.
Not yet.
Where'd you
More
go?
Tansy maybe would let you have like a sleeping bag on the floor or something.
Oh, Walt would
Her room
definitely
at
be in a
best.
sleeping bag for
Mhm.
sure.
Mm-hmm. Is your bed like an operating slab?
No, Tansy actually has very much, and you're not really sure how she got it into this space, but it is absolutely this dark wood 4-poster bed with like the canopy on top, like full childhood princess dream bed.
I
That
know exactly how she did it. IKEA.
do you really think Tansy shops at IKEA? Oh my gosh, no.
Tansy, can I have you roll me your intelligence and larceny, please?
Intelligence and
To
larceny.
see if she stole it from IKEA.
See if I was actually able to pull this off, or am I just making shit up? Which absolutely is fine. Oh.
Yo, it was Rent a Center. I'm knocking.
They're both hunger die. Oh shit! 2 successes, and one of them is a crit. But that's only one. But
It's
Okay,
good though.
carry on.
yeah,
Carry on.
2 successes on 2 days.
Carry on. You all may continue your conversation.
Excellent.
Thank you. So yeah,
Walt
no,
is squatting in his sleeping bag.
there's absolutely like
Stewing over there, like,
glitter like tool across the posts.
what's that Anush doing talking to Tansy again?
Oh no, he's still thinking about his experience with Tansy. As far as receiving files, he's thinking that's at the top of his mind.
Phenomenal. Yeah. Okay, so well, I guess the rabbits can stay in my room. Just just keep the cage clean, okay?
Yeah, whatever, man. I'm gonna go ahead and move the stupid clothes. You know, brothers gotta eat. You gonna let me keep it in the room or whatever? That's what I'm gonna do. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because Okay, but if anyone says that my clothes smell like rabbit, then we're gonna have to find out a new situation for this.
I mean, you trying to seduce somebody when we out?
I mean, not like directly, but you know, things happen, and I'm just saying, if I smell like rabbit, it's probably not very attractive.
I mean, would you rather smell like rabbit or smell like old gore?
I mean, kink shaming or whatever, but like, I don't know.
These and many things Walt brings to the forefront.
I think I have a lot of like self-discovery to do. So I think I'm just gonna leave it there. But the rabbits can be in the room.
Okay. Walt's already moving the enclosure.
Like after having this conversation, Walt's just kind of like walking toward the room and scooching. It's like,
Mm-hmm.
all right, fine.
Yeah,
All
he's
right.
probably like the least muscular of all y'all, so you can tell he's like struggling with it a little bit.
We'll do the struggle bus.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I've probably moved some stuff over, whatever, small pieces of furniture, whatever, moved something over and cleared a little space out for the rabbit hutch.
You doing okay there, Walt? You need some help.
Yeah, I got it, Saracen. I got it. I just need to put a little more apple grease behind you. You know what I'm saying?
Tansy has a two-stroke.
Sure.
Can she walk over and like one hand lift this rabbit enclosure?
That would be
Probably.
baller.
I'd say you can do it with two. That's an average. Yeah, I'd say you can do it with two.
What Walt didn't say is that it's made out of solid cast iron.
No. no,
That would change things greatly.
If he was working with cast iron, that would be tragic. Everybody
Just dragging it.
Oh my god, can you imagine the noise of the stone, of like the mausoleum and the cast iron grating together? It's like pure chalkboard.
Nah, it's a wood and wire mesh and plexiglass container, so to speak,
Little rabbit dungeon.
which he actually needs to touch up.
Get a new paint job.
Yeah, he's got to make it sturdier and all that. Because last time I rolled for it, when I first built it, Reese said it was constructed, but not the best workmanship. But he built it, so I can probably touch it up.
Proud of you, Walt. Need you some duct tape.
He's got to ask his bank Sebastian first.
Oh, actually, we get you some Gorilla Tape.
I mean, we can always go back to that hardware store. They were nice.
Talking about Walmart?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. After what happened, didn't your friend tell us to lie low?
Yeah, we're not stealing anything from Walmart.
Yeah, I mean, we buy it.
Buying something.
I don't know, man. You remember them folks that had them cell phones?
Yeah.
We'll just it's
No.
in and out. Like we're not.
Yeah,
We
Tansy
don't
had
know
a-
work like you, Sebastian. I
she
show
had
up.
a problem, but Tansy was okay. We got her out of there. Nobody saw anything. I'm
I mean,
pretty 90% sure.
On camera, I still show up a little bit. Mirrors, I don't. It's fine.
You get your hair done then.
So that's a good question, Ree. So,
No.
or actually, Ari, as a Lasambra, does the clothing you're wearing also not show up, or is it just your physical like skin?
If I'm not mistaken, it's the entire thing.
Okay, that'd be really funny if it was just like an empty piece of clothing walking by the mirror.
You will not be invisible because of your bane. You're still you, and it's still clearly you. It is just supernatural. You look kind of like, if you've seen any horror movie where they try to catch like the ghost on screen, and it's like a shadowy
Blur or
apparition of a thing.
Yeah.
You look kind of like that.
Okay, that's worse actually.
It does not hide you from technology, unfortunately. It is only a weakness.
I can still be detected. It just looks a little spooky.
All
Don't you
right,
think that makes it worse?
Yes.
probably, yeah. Definitely not a good
But
thing.
anyhow, if we go in real quick, we're just there for duct tape. We'll grab it and get out.
I mean, what's the worst that could happen?
You said that last time, and you went to a bookstore sales, and after that, we ain't see you.
I
I
went into a
mean-
bookstore and I was very good and I didn't eat anybody that I wasn't supposed to.
I mean, tomato.
I mean, ain't nothing wrong with ordering something offline. You know what I'm saying?
That was a-
Don't have access to a phone to order anything offline.
Hey, Tish, where that phone at?
Okay, we'll get you a string and a cup.
I need some duct tape and some screws and some nails. You know what? While we at it, let me go ahead and hook you up with the list so I can get a little something. See,
Is Walt too monstrous looking to actually come and get the stuff himself? I can't remember.
no, he's fine. He's hunger wise, he's fine, and he actually has a
Yeah.
surprising amount of humanity, so he's good.
Okay. How about this? Like, Home Depot has like online pickup. So I can like just make a cart and then we can go and just in the store, out of the store, and then we're done.
Sounds good to me.
So I've got tape. Did y'all know there were this many kinds of nails?
But yeah, you want to make sure you get the 5/8, not the 5/16. You know what I'm saying? Them things be brittle. See.
I just hand my phone to Walt and be like, I don't even know what you're talking about right now.
Walt just starts pecking away because Walt knows a smartphone at the very least.
Yeah. He's just like, there's more than one kind of nail. Mind blown.
You would actually see Walt's face look more rodent-like, not like on a protean level, but you can see him getting a Joe Pesci weasel face as he's pecking away at the phone.
So aside from the duct tape, I guess there's also the matter of this. Do we have anything else to take care of before the upcoming Elysium?
I mean, we can always get something to eat.
Yeah, I mean, I could use a snack, and I mean, if we're going to Elysium, we have to wear like, you can't just show up in whatever, right?
It's not advised, but
Sebastian already got my shoes.
Yeah, I already took care of Ursa. No, like Elysium is
Sebastian better not come over here. You good? You good?
Elysium is very specific. You need to look very nice. So like nothing with like a hole in it, look presentable. The prince is probably going to be there. 99% sure the prince is going to be there. 1% sure is they don't show up, but everybody else in court is going to be there. And I'm telling you, if you show up in something that is not fashionable, the entire rose garden will roast you for the next year and a half.
I mean, literally or figuratively?
Probably both.
as I say, doesn't matter.
Y'all told me fire was bad, right?
Fire is bad. Burns us
Never.
just like it does people.
You've never been on the other end of a toreador that you've set off.
I mean, there's a song about toreadors, right? Like, there's a bunch of guys like to party, right?
Oh, it is a whole thing. Think artists, fashion models, they're very particular into style and their bark is very bad.
They are highly annoying materialists.
I mean, I didn't think they were that terrible.
I wonder if there's any that's as pretty as Tins. Maybe I can get their number.
You can definitely try. In fact, I encourage it. You should definitely try.
Ain't nothing wrong with running some game, you know what I'm saying, seriously?
Expand your horizons.
Sebastian's just gonna pick up his book and continue reading.
Try, Sebastian. You act like you ain't flirted with nobody before.
I never said that I haven't. But roses are a particular breed of. You will be their plaything 1 minute, and then the next they will ghost you and like you've never existed.
You act like I ain't experiencing that now.
Oh no, it's so bad. It's so bad.
That sound like personal experience.
Please, if you have to date somebody, date a Malkavian. They're at least good.
What's that?
You'll find out.
I mean,
Don't tell me nothing.
maybe you'll never be bored.
There is that.
I mean, I don't exactly find my life right now too boring. Every time I wake up, gotta fight to stay alive. I never thought I'd say it, but I miss college classes.
Well, why don't you just go take an online class?
Cause I got warrants in debt.
You were
Right.
still fighting to stay alive in college. It's just a different battle.
At least I can eat ramen noodles. You could just go to the vending machine and get that.
I mean, you can still eat them. I wouldn't advise it, but you can still eat them.
Well, now you've made a rabbit noodles vending machine.
They gotta breed first, Tansy. That takes time.
It's true. It does take time. Perhaps there's what's that you like to do? Was it blood sorcery? You like blood sorcery? Yes. Maybe there's something you can find to make that process faster.
I mean, I don't know how I do it. I mean, I just wish somebody like wrote a book on something about this sort of thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, perhaps you can maybe you can connect with your local chantry.
What's that?
They're like they're like you. It's like a group of kindred like you who
Yeah,
do
except
things-
not homeless and eating rats.
You mean there's other people like me?
I mean, there's other people like you right here.
I'm talking about that can do the thing with the blood. I mean, like besides you and Tansy, like, y'all call me a Tremere or something, man. Like, there's more of us.
I mean, there's more of all of us.
I should have expected that from Saracen. That's a cryptic answer, man. I shouldn't even ask, man.
Oh, I just realized Elysium is a great opportunity for us to find other Tremere for Walt.
Perhaps you will make some new friends, Walt.
I mean, are people from the same, what do you call them, like a clan or something?
Or something.
Are people from like the same kind of like vampire group? Are they friends? Do they all like get along automatically? There's some sort of secret handshake or something?
Not so much.
Define get along.
I mean, don't you got one? Like your friend that visited?
Well, yeah, we get along because we're like family. So like we have to get along because at the end of the day, it's kind of like us versus like everyone. And we just understand each other better than anybody else because we're family.
Family, yeah.
I saw that movie, Tansy. I know what you're talking about.
And so, like, even if we like disagree or have problems with each other, we're still family deep down, and that's the most important thing. And like, I don't know, like everything going on with the Tremere, but I don't get family vibes from them.
Why not? I mean, I know one abandoned me, but that can't be all of them, right?
I will say Tansy and Sebastian can make an intelligence and occult roll to see what they know about the structure of Clan Tremere.
2, 3, 4.
Oh, baby Walt.
You're lucky. I got one success because the other one blood die.
All right. Well,
It's a 3 dice pool for him. It's not his thing.
But knowledge explodes from your head.
I'm gonna burn a willpower to re-roll this because this is
Yo, this is tragic.
Would you like Anush to roll as well, or no?
two.
He doesn't have a huge pool either.
I would say
I've
yeah,
only
your clan is
Much better. 1, 2, 3, 4 successes. Well worth
Yes,
the willpower.
Anush, you can roll it as well.
Okay, I got 1. Nailed it.
Anush and Sebastian, you're
Abject
pretty
failure.
sure that the Tremere have some sort of inner clan structure. You remember hearing some people talk about a pyramid at one point in time. For you, Tansy, perhaps you've had a few conversations with some of the elders of your clan. You know that the Tremere at one point in time were arguably the most organized clan, second to the Giovanni, of course, but they had some sort of structure in Vienna, apparently, but you've heard some rumors recently that it's not as together as it used to be. They've managed to divide themselves up, but at one point in time they were very, very together.
So like, well, they like, it's weird, right? So, like, I don't know everything, and just because, like, I mean, I know that people outside of my family don't know, like, all the family drama, and we definitely, like, want to keep it that way, right? Like, you know, like, you don't, okay, like, when you were growing up, right? Like, you could talk shit about your family, but, like, if anyone else did, then that would be problems, right?
I mean, yeah.
Even if you had problems, like, with the person in your family that the other person's talking shit about.
Yeah.
So I don't know everything going on with the clan Tremere and stuff like that, but something really bad happened a little bit ago, and things have been weird with them since. And the word Vienna got thrown around. I mean, obviously it's a place, right?
I know they make sausages about them.
Something happened in Vienna. I don't know what, but it was bad, and things have been weird for y'all since.
You mean I gotta go all the way to Vienna?
I actually think that would be a bad idea. I think, I don't know a lot, but I think Vienna is sort of done.
Do you really want to accumulate more debt, Walt?
I mean, why stop now? You know what I'm saying? I want to pay it off somehow, but I gotta start somewhere.
I mean,
Gotta
you
make
could
some
pay it off
bread.
by just letting them. You could pay it off by just, making them think you're dead, because you are,
You mean fake my death?
in a manner of speaking.
I mean,
Nah, man, I can't do that, Sheriff.
you're already dead. It would be pretty easy to fake.
Yeah.
I can't do
No.
that, okay? I can't do that.
You know, maybe this is we need a to-do list. We need like a to-do list for Elysium. Step 1, introduce Walt to other Tremere. Step 2, make friends with someone that can fake Walt's death and like get all the paperwork in order.
I'm not faking my death.
But then you wouldn't have the death anymore. No,
Got my reasons, but I'm not faking my death, okay?
Okay. It was an offer. It was an idea. You could be free.
I know.
Blackbird.
The folks is counting on me. If I didn't think I'm missing them dead.
Well, because if we get you a whole new identity, then you're not having to hide, and you're not having anyone after you if they think you're dead.
But there's someone important to me that needs to know, at least think I'm alive, okay? I ain't like y'all. This whole vampire thing is pretty recent for me. I don't
Well,
know
as
how
you
many
explained to 'em,
generations y'all got behind y'all, but I still got family that's alive, okay?
I mean,
Yes, family is all well and good, but perhaps you should just, let them know. Be like, hey, I'm in a tough situation. And some people might need to think that I'm not alive, but don't worry, I'm okay. Just don't tell them.
I mean, you got floating heads that smell like dead people, like appearing in front of folks. I don't need people to know my people. You know what I'm saying?
You can't
Wait,
say
well, I'm
that
not
about
saying-
the Nosferatu. They
Yeah, you
might be
probably
around still.
That's
What's
true.
that?
They're always listening.
You mean like on that movie?
Yeah. I always just assume that there's a Nosferatu listening device in the room.
No, man, do they really look like that?
I mean, some of them maybe.
I think you haven't met too many. Thought you was old, Harrison.
Oh, there's a lot I have yet to learn.
Fair enough, man. What we going to Home Depot?
But you're
Oh,
ordering
right.
stuff offline.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Walt, this whole conversation, Walt hasn't stopped. Taking boxes on the floor.
Tansy, you might want to retrieve your device before he charges your card.
Yeah, hold on. I'm flipping through it. Well, this
I need all that.
for what? There's like $1,000 worth of stuff here.
All right, listen. See, we need to have a stockpile of chemicals so I can make different stuff. Don't you want me to make you some nice perfume, Tansy? You can
Yeah,
have a wonderful fragrance that don't nobody else had.
Okay, I would love a custom fragrance. You know that, and I love that you know that about me. And
Custom mascara, custom lipstick.
but I don't think we should buy it through a website on my credit card.
I mean, what y'all just say about faking death and getting no identities?
Yeah, it's not going to stop the FBI from following a trail of chemicals.
So you telling me the FBI won't follow me if I fake my death, but they will follow you if you fake your death.
I'm just saying, buying things that have potential to explode from a website on a credit card is probably not great.
Nah, see, you misunderstand, Tess. You see, what you do is you buy the pine sol, and then when you get back to the crib, you isolate all the isotopes. Walt's not lying, but it's like that's just not. He's like, look, I'm buying like in bulk wholesale, like chemical cleaners and bleach and ammonia and stuff like that. And then he's like, okay, but if I separate them with my chemistry,
Not on the credit card.
He's like, now what you do first is you mix the ammonia then the bleach.
come on, Tansy, come on, let me have the pine sol, Tansy.
You can have one bottle of Pine Sol on the credit card.
A wholesale bottle.
One wholesale bottle.
Deal.
Shake on it.
The track shades.
Where is it getting delivered? To the mausoleum?
No, we have to go pick it up.
It makes more sense.
I'm gonna add some like wire for my jewelry making on there. I'm taking off most of the chemicals except for the wholesale thing of Pine Sol. We can keep 1 gallon of bleach. Something to get that make it not look incredibly suspicious. And Sebastian, is there anything from Home Depot you want?
I'm good. I don't need anything.
Sure, Sebastian. I mean, if you want some chemicals, Tansy might let you have some, and then I can just work with it a little bit.
I don't need any.
It's not that you can't have the chemicals, Walt. It's just that you can't buy them online with a credit card.
Something you pay cash with, no trail.
Exactly. Thank you, Sebastian. You understand.
I mean, I know about cash and not making a trail. If it was somebody else's credit card, you know what I'm saying? It's like, why not?
Like, no
Because-
trail for me.
Okay. I'm ready to go.
Nush, anything you want?
I'm good. Yeah, but thank you. Thank you, Tansy.
Well, you're welcome. I didn't know if we like needed more steaks or anything, or
Oh, wood's easy to find.
fair enough.
Yeah, we don't need to buy that. We just gotta go to Metro Parks or something.
Yeah, you know, rinse, reuse, recycle.
I mean, you want something to whittle with, you know what I'm saying? So you can like carve your own, get something, a dedicated tool, so you're not having to use your knives you keep on your person. I don't know if you like those just for combat or something.
You mean this one? Sorry.
I mean, yeah, I don't know where that came from. I know you keep it on your back and all, but I don't know if you gotta use them for multiple purposes, but that wear down your blade. See, but unless I apply isotope number 37 to it, I might be able to get it to tungsten levels of indestructibility, you know what I'm saying? I can hook you up, seriously. I know things.
Do I want to know what isotope 37 is?
Just like blankly staring at Walt.
Oh, see, well, I'm glad you asked this. Yeah, isotope number 37. And Walt actually starts telling you about the complex compound. And so you gotta make sure the atomic weight is just like this. You gotta make sure it's under these conditions and not anything else, because if it gets too
You know,
volatile.
Walt, I think Home Depot's closing soon.
Oh, yeah, we gotta get there before it closes.
Yeah,
You driving?
I put in the order. I set the pickup time for as soon as possible.
Yeah, I'll drive when it's ready for pickup.
So now,
It takes only about 20 minutes before it's ready.
you're not wrong waiting in the parking lot. You can see Walt is just too excited. You gotta be there when the chemicals drop, you know what I'm saying?
Tansy, you don't have some way to like make sure that Walt's not secretly running from creditors, but like not from like the FBI or like Homeland Security or like the CIA, ATF or something.
I mean, I can make a phone call or two. I mean, I don't personally, but I definitely know people that's kind of like a thing that they do.
I'm just a little concerned. He's very excited about the chemicals.
I think he just likes mixing things together to see what happens. And
may I suggest that you don't let him do it in your house?
He promised me he wouldn't blow anything up.
I just hope he doesn't mess up his new farm.
Accidentally mix two things together
And all the rabbits are dead.
And I don't want to go back.
in the other room getting his hoodie off. I'm like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? We got to be able to mix it up real good, but you can't.
Going on about isotope 37.
I don't want to have to scare dogs anyway, because I feel like I shamed my ancestors when I did it.
Okay, so here's the thing. I don't really have any other place for him to do it. He doesn't.
Can we just borrow another mausoleum and just there's not like another like abandoned, nobody goes into it mausoleum on this plot of Earth?
That's a fair point.
I hadn't really considered that.
Just stick him over there. That way, if he blows it up, we can blame it on like meth or something.
I like the idea. Oh, okay. You know what? He's not gonna like not being near me because of the whole blood thing. But if we like dress it up, make it fancy or something for him, and be like, look, Walt, we brought you a present.
I like this plan. This is a good plan. Your house doesn't get blown up, some random mausoleum does. It's fine. It's all fine. And nothing is going to go wrong with this plan.
And he can keep the rabbits there so they don't chew on my shoes.
It works all around.
I love it.
Excellent idea.
Well, just goes back here. And that's how you get isotope number 37. Y'all ready to go or what?
I learned so much tonight.
Can like the three of us like all sort of like stand in the line as Walt comes in and be like, so Walt,
We
What?
need to have a talk.
Okay. What's wrong? What's wrong?
Nothing. We just have had Tansy had a wonderful idea, and
really it was Sebastian's idea. It's a group idea.
I occasionally have brilliant ideas.
occasionally, look at how modest Sebastian's being.
Alt is suspicious.
We think it's awesome that you are here, and we want you to stay here. But it seems like your experiments are getting bigger and more interesting, and we want you to have the space you deserve.
That's supposed to mean you saying I get the room?
Well, we'll kind of look over at Sebastian and nudge him a little.
We were more thinking of like finding you your own space to create your own laboratory. That way you have more space, you're not Tansy doesn't have to worry about her workspace, chemical spilling on it. She has her things, you have your things. You still come here and spend the night and do everything else here. But when you want to go do science, you go there. We're looking for a good spot.
Hey, it's like a private lab for you.
Yeah, it's like private. And that
Oh,
way,
that's
if anybody
wild.
does come knocking, you can just hide there.
You do have to tell me how you're able to get late night construction to add a wing to a mausoleum. That's kind of crazy.
Tansy's very resourceful.
Mm-hmm.
I have people that will do me favors and people that I owe favors to. And it's like what I said about family. Family helps each other out.
So which way are they taking down in here? I could take a look from the east, I could see the sunset, you know what I mean, when I wake up, you know what I'm saying? You can tell like Walt's like running his hand along one of the walls of this mausoleum.
Yeah, how about this? We go, we pick up the stuff, and then we'll scout. And you can pick a mausoleum that looks good to you.
This one, right? I thought we was just talking about adding the wing to like this mausoleum, you know what I'm saying?
Well, if we add a wing to this mausoleum while we sleep here, that means the construction people are here, and then that puts us in danger in case they knock the wall down and put a bunch of sunlight in.
So we all moving.
We're finding you a smaller mausoleum that is just your lab. That way you can science in peace and not have one of us blunder it and mess stuff up for you. But you still live here. It's just like your own science space. Kind of like in school where you would go to the lab.
Y'all trying to get rid of me?
No!
If we wanted to get rid of you, we wouldn't put you nearby.
Gosh.
Walt staring daggers at that very moment.
No, we just want you to have your private space. That way you're able to think and create and not have to worry about hearing Tansy yelling at Bones or Anush sharpening his knife or me flipping pages of a book. We want you to be able to do your stuff in peace.
Yeah, but he will be over here sharpening his knife if I move over somewhere else.
I mean, but you will have your own space. It will be literally your own. It will literally be your own space, but you don't even have to go over there every night. You could just stay here and go when you want.
You can hang out here all you want too.
It's like how I have my private space. I go there and I come back.
Still got to pay rent on it, right?
Yes, but you don't have to pay rent.
Yeah, they don't rent these.
That's
I have to pay rent on my place.
Don't
Why
worry,
don't you
Walt.
move into a mausoleum?
Because no, I'm not too keen on being in a mausoleum.
I mean, you're in one right now. You slept over here.
I sleep over here very rarely, and I go back to my house. Where I
Your house
have...
ain't a mausoleum, though.
No, my house is a very nice house.
And you don't invite nobody over.
Because I like my privacy.
So that's why y'all kicking me out.
No! It's just like having your own mausoleum. It is your own space. And this is our house. And then, like, we each have our own private space. That way, in case we ever get into, like, a fight, we can just, like, storm away and slam another door. And then come back.
Anush is going to walk over to Walt and put his arm on his shoulder and be like, now, listen, brother, listen. Do you really think Tansy wants to get rid of you? No, of course not. Of course not. Nobody here wants to get rid of you. You know, it's just that, you know, Tansy is thinking of ways to improve, you know, your living situation, your working situation. And she thought that, you know, it would be nice for you to have your own private working space to go to when you want to work. But, you know, that you could still, you know, have access to this as much as you want. So you can pick and choose where you'd like to be. Nobody's
You can see on Walt's face, even if you are being genuine, that he's got the "I'm on to you" look on his face. Like he had a douche.
watching you.
Okay, Tansy, is this stuff ready to pick up yet?
Yeah. I think we've been debating this for at least 20 minutes. So yeah, I think it's probably time to get in the car, and we can keep talking about this in the car.
Anush slaps him on the shoulder. Let's get that duct tape for you.
Yeah, I'm on to you. I already know what it is, but how much Tansy like you, Chasson. You ain't slick, man. Try to kick me out so you can go to boom boom room. You know what I'm saying?
Is there some sort of weird triangle here that I am unaware of?
That is vulgar, sir. I am sorry.
I'm sorry that you grew up in 1940, whatever. I don't know how old you is, Harrison.
Okay, I'll be in the car. I'll be in the car.
Walt's walking toward the car.
Be in the car. And Sebastian just muttering under his breath in Danish, like, I can't. What happened? I leave home for like 2 a day. Is there like a secret relationship I don't know of? Is Anush trying to get with everybody? What is happening? Do I need to stay at my house more often?
Maybe you don't. Just saying, maybe you don't.
Nothing unusual going on here, Sebastian.
I'm, you know what? I'm not asking any questions. If I don't know, I don't need to know. I don't need to know nothing. I'm just getting in the car, shutting the door, turning the car on, and waiting.
Anush is going to walk over and open the door for Walt.
Walt's gonna scurry in there. Like, I know ours gonna be happy. Very possum-like when possums try to get in enclosed spaces. Like you see his hoodies up and he just, yeah. Kind of like flops into the seat.
The other side, so Walt ends up in the middle between Tansy and Anush.
There's a whole passenger seat.
Yeah.
There's a whole passenger seat.
Like, see, Tansy's sitting right here. She doesn't want to get away from you.
Walt's sitting in the back.
Well, I'm sorry you have trust issues, but don't worry, we'll work on this.
Well, the four of you have managed to get yourselves together, and you head out. And if there are no conversations you wish to have while driving,
Hey, yo, Sebastian, turn the radio on, man.
I'm telling you, it only gets local stations.
Put on 107.9. Are we allowed to have 107.9?
It's gonna be all like the radios from. It's gonna be all the radio channels from GTA.
All my Clevelanders out there, y'all know what's up. 107.9.
Non-copyright infringement music is playing.
I didn't finish it.
Very nice.
It is
very nice.
playing a generic pop something else music from an undetermined decade that is popular.
Wait, is yelling to the oldies, man?
I am like 60 years old.
Oh, we need to put you in a nursing home, man. Good grief.
Okay.
My bad, probably like one of your ex-lovers is in the nursing home right now. That was actually in protest, Sebastian. I'm so sorry.
Oh, this is a nightmare.
I don't think we need to like be ageist or whatever, but I think that like
Anush just looks over at Sebastian. Don't worry, they're young. He'll learn with time.
Wow, that hurt. Look that old.
no, you look great, sweetheart.
Yeah, you look good for your age, Sebastian.
How does this conversation make Sebastian feel?
Very hurt because he looks 25.
Oh,
He's a baby. He's got baby face.
Sebastian, you don't have a day past 18.
How important is Sebastian's looks to him?
Let's go.
He has stunning. They're very important to him, and given his previous profession, they are very important to him.
Sebastian, can I have you roll me a
Frenzy
check,
check,
please?
Let's go.
I'd spent willpower. What is that? I spent willpower and a third of humanity? 2/3? 1/3?
Bro, this whole car about to be
Third.
flipped over. It's gonna be
Like
wonderful.
smashes the
Two
bread,
successes.
spins out. Sebastian
What?
gets
What?
out.
I need to see what happens.
What is
Rose
the oh
Look
god,
pretty
I,
in pink.
You need
I-
two
ironically-
successes for this.
as well, I'm trying to 1/3 his humanity because math.
Maybe 3 for you, I believe.
A nice scarf you have, Tansy.
Well, thank you. The scarf has decided my computer charger cord is a delicious snack, so he's now become a scarf.
6 successes.
You feel the beast beginning to pull itself up and wanting to lash out, but you are able to hold.
Out of spite, he's flipping the radio station to classical music.
I can get down to this. I had to listen to that in the symposium a few times, you know what I'm saying?
This is a nightmare. This is a nightmare.
I told you, Walter. I told you.
This is a nightmare.
Can Tansy roll to see if she recognizes this classical music?
Yeah, I can do an intelligence academic roll.
All right. One success.
It sounds vaguely familiar to you. Maybe it's Beethoven. It's usually Beethoven.
Usually Beethoven. So not long, start trying to hum the bits I remember.
Okay.
If we get a beat on this, you can body rock to it, you know what I'm saying? Oh, you go for it. You go for it.
I used to skate to this.
Walter snickered hard.
I will fight you, Walt. I don't even care.
Like rollerblading?
Figure skating.
Walt snickers even harder.
I was on my way to being in the Olympics.
Oh my gosh, what happened? Oh.
You know, it's
So we got vampires on ice out here or something?
Apparently not.
Oh, you know what? Okay, so I know we have like a list of things we need to talk to everyone at Elysium about for Walt. What if we talk to, I bet the Toreadors might be into like ice skating. One of them somewhere.
do have access to a rink. I go when I'm not with you guys.
And you didn't take us?
Well, I didn't think you wanted to watch me relive my humanity.
You didn't ask nobody.
You know what? Okay, I'll take you one time. One time, not tonight. We're here to get other stuff.
Oh, we gonna have a family outing.
Oh, okay. Okay, that's fair.
Hell, turn this up. This the overture.
Which Home Depot am I going to again? Am I even going the right way?
The one on 35th and 2nd.
As you all finish your conversation, you do arrive at the store, and your order is available to be picked up. I will say, if you make another purchase of this magnitude within the next night or two, you will temporarily reduce your resources by 1, as you are quickly spending the cash you have on hand.
Walter go pick it up. He'll rouse and go pick it up.
All right, roll to rouse the blood. To command your body to behave like a mortal.
Another success.
Hey!
Hailed it.
And the blood comes rushing back, and you feel your skin warm, your heart begins to beat, and off you are. Is there anything you all wish to say before Walt returns?
I don't understand why Walt doesn't want like his own space. Doesn't everyone like want their own space sometimes?
It's the connection, Tansy.
Okay, what happened? Did this happen while I was gone?
Oh, nothing. Nothing to concern yourself with, Sebastian. Everything's fine.
Oh no, zip it. This concerns me.
I kind of look over to Anush like I don't know if Anush says I shouldn't say. I don't. If Anush says I shouldn't say anything.
If this is like some kinky shit, I don't want to know about it. But like, if this is going to like impact our group, then it's probably a little important.
Walt's fine. He'll be fine. Tansy will see to Walt.
Yeah, Walt. You know, I just need like a couple minutes with Walt, and I'm sure I can convince him that this is for the best.
Walt's very enamored by Tansy, you see.
Okay. And then what's your deal?
Sort of look over at Anush and like bat my eyelash. Like, that's right.
You know, there was there was some, Tansy was on the edge, and I had to save her, right?
Things would have gotten bad if Anush hadn't been there for me.
Trying to prevent a masquerade breach, after all.
Which we've had enough of already, and I mean, listen, my family loves me and they do anything for me, but they also kind of indicated that I might be pushing it.
That's fair. That's really okay. Can we just not do that anymore? Like no more of the share stuff, because that's going to create a sticky mess.
Well, it's true. Blood does get sticky, but only if you leave it out for too long.
It's not what you know darn well what I'm talking about.
Listen, everything's fine, Sebastian.
No, it's not. No, it's really not.
Okay. All right.
We have a baby Tremere enamored with a Hakata. And for some unknown reason, are you like stirring it up?
No. No. I have no problem with Walt. Walt seems to have a problem with me.
I don't really think there's a problem with, Walt wanting to teach me things.
I think he's just jealous.
I'm not. No, look here. I will never drink any of you guys' blood. It's never happening. I want you to be aware of that.
That's okay. Nobody's asking you to, Sebastian.
I will yeet somebody into the abyss. I promise you.
Nobody's asking you to. We didn't even none of this all was a matter of happenstance, okay? It was an unfortunate situation and we had no other sources.
Unfortunate circumstance. How many times?
I think I don't know about with Walt. I'm not aware. I fed Walt once myself, but there hasn't. That's why I'm actually kind of surprised at his anger towards me or his upsettedness, if that's a word. But
Sebastian is pulling all of his dark black hair up into a bun on the back of his head, and he's going to hit his forehead against the steering wheel.
Sebastian, don't hurt yourself.
I'm more worried about the airbag going off.
It's fine. This car's so old, it probably doesn't even have one anymore.
And Sebastian rolled to attack the airbag.
With what is 1 dot in strength?
Okay, I mean, listen, really, it was a matter of either we were going to get in trouble and have rampaging beasts everywhere, or, this. And this is better. And I just think it brings us all closer together as a coterie, and we can all, work more cohesively towards the same goals.
Would you rather have had Tansy go into a blood frenzy in the middle of a Walmart?
I'm not going to say anything anymore. I'm not going to say it. The more that I know, the worse that it's going to get for me. I'm not saying anything.
Wait, how does it get worse for you?
Because the fact that you hold sway over Walt, and the fact that blood bonds are usually a little bit frowned upon. And we're going to Elysium in the end of the week.
I mean, they can't tell, right? But I know if they could tell.
You tried to make an
Just by looking at
intelligence
us?
occult check. You can try.
I mean, I'm pretty sure there's some Toreador there with some weird Toreador nonsense. I don't even know what the prince is.
A cult plus what? Or just straight occult?
Intelligence.
Intelligence, all right. 4 successes.
Quinn got 2 successes, but I don't know if he would. What kind of knowledge he would have on that, because he doesn't know about everybody else's stuff.
With 4 successes, it's theoretically possible to determine if someone is being influenced, but they would generally have to know who the person is first, and it would just purely be by comparing their behavior before and after. You remember hearing some rumors at one point in time that there are some people who can tell if people are blood bonded. Might have been something that some Tremere could do. You're not sure. But generally, it's someone just determining based on how someone behaved versus how they're suddenly behaving now.
So, really, they can't tell just by looking at us. And since none of them have met Walt before, then they don't know he's going to be acting weird. Or not like himself. Maybe they just think that this is how Walt is. Which it kind of is now.
Okay, just can we avoid any more bonds? Like, please.
New bonds.
Well, as a family, wouldn't you like to engage in a bonding experience?
I will leave you here.
And with
It's just a
that,
question.
a few moments later, Walt returns to the vehicle.
I gotta bring it up. One of Walt's flaws is curiosity.
Does Walt come back and like overhear anything?
Well, I'm saying like as far as being in the store.
Oh, okay.
Oh no.
His flaws is curiosity.
So far, nothing in the store strikes Walt as being particularly interesting. It is a standard hardware store. There's
I did
anything
not give Walt my credit card.
special. Okay.
Mhm.
Walt just comes back with a shopping cart full of power tools.
He would do it. He would do it if he had enough. He would do it. But Walt probably wouldn't overhear because he wouldn't have anything going on with his aspects because he's not on alert or anything. Let's get back in the car. Like, all right, I got the stuff, man. Load up the car.
Welcome
What's
back,
Sebastian
Walt.
crushing his hair, man?
Oops. So is this our only stop? Or are we going anywhere else tonight?
I mean, y'all want to eat? You're not gonna find something to eat just about anyway.
I mean,
You need more rabbits?
Rabbits, mice, rats, whatever I get my hands on. You know what I'm saying?
You know, if we could find a larger location, perhaps we could do something other than just rabbits. I mean, they're good for now, but they're so small.
I mean, we ain't got no capybaras anywhere, man.
what about
I'm not touching the zoo.
what about like cows? Are there farms around here? It's gotta
That
be
would be way out. Cleveland speaking, that's way out. That's rural Ohio.
You know, Walt the cattle rancher has a nice ring to it.
I ain't never raised no cows, man.
and like some goats.
You're smart. I think you could figure it out.
I went to school for pharmaceuticals. You understand that, seriously? Pharmaceuticals, not for agriculture.
That's okay. There's books.
I mean, people switch majors all the time in college, right?
You could add the two together and
I ain't trying to work that hard for some money, man. I'm trying to use these skills, make some chemicals, and make some money.
you could make some super cows.
Walt actually is intrigued by this notion. You can see he's thinking about that.
All right, so we are going home. Executive just said we are going home. Yes, we are going home. We are taking
Good
all the
idea,
chemicals home. And he's just like talking under his breath as he's driving back. We're going home.
You can talk as much as you want, Sebastian. You better play that song you played earlier.
I think Sebastian has spoken, and I don't know why, but for like some reason, Sebastian seems to be in charge right now.
Because I'm driving.
Turns the radio
Oh,
and Scatman comes on.
Let's get down to this too. That just came back into style. Yo, Walt is probably gonna just go full donkey and like this Shrek too. He's scatting along the scat, man.
Okay.
You lucky I can't do it because I do it. I do it with
As-
Twitch, but you ain't gonna get
as you
struck
are-
out.
As you all are driving back, it's uneventful, and you make it back to your haven unopposed. Can I have everyone make me wits awareness rolls? And Tanza, you can add 1 dice.
Oh.
Oh,
One success.
2 successes.
3
Roll
successes,
20 giveth,
1
and roll 20
success.
taketh away. Oh
Hey,
man,
man.
we went on the Walmart with or Home Depot with 300 dice.
You know what? I am going to spend a willpower, and I'm going to re-roll some of these. 1, 2, 3. Oh, much better. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 successes.
All right, Tansy, you brother, since you are the procurer of this establishment, as you enter, you notice that some of it is off to you. You kind of look around, it looks like some of the space has been disturbed slightly. Just looking around, though, you don't see anything standing out, but it's really more of a vibe, you could say. You feel like someone else has been in here?
Guys, hold on. Can I try to like investigate further based off of the vibes?
Sure. You
Are you
can.
mentioning it to anybody, or?
Yeah, I absolutely. Guys, I listen, I don't want to freak you guys out, but the vibes are off. I don't know. Something wrong is happening here, and I don't like it.
And can I activate heightened senses for smell?
That's exactly the same thing I was going to.
Or you can both go for it and roll me your wits awareness and add your aspects to it.
You're overpowered by the stench.
I mean, not Todd. It's a graveyard.
3 successes.
Hey, 3 successes.
You definitely smell the stench of death, of decay around you, but you're used to that. And it's very faint, almost as if there was an attempt to kind of suppress it, but you do smell human sweat. Very faint.
Smell slightly humany.
Check the house. Anush takes out his sword and starts moving toward one of the. Is it just how many back rooms are there? Is it just the?
It's just the bedroom and the workroom.
Are they both on opposite sides, or is it like one leads into the other?
I imagine that they both led, like there was the main living room and then like 2 separate entrances, 1 bedroom, 1 workroom. That
Okay.
Yeah. Sebastian will take out his knife and go in the opposite direction from whenever Anush is checking.
Maybe.
Okay,
Maybe I'll go toward Tansy's room, and maybe you and Walt should go toward Walt's thing, since Walt would know if stuff in his little space was moved around.
Okay.
Unless
That's exactly where Walt was going.
Roll me intelligence and investigation, and then Walt and Tansy can add 1 dice.
Okay.
Okay,
I know what they
now.
came for. Okay.
I am only rolling my blood die.
Intelligence, investigation, +1.
1 success.
Add a die.
I got 3 successes.
Oh,
3 successes.
Oh, thank God, 6 is a success.
Everybody got 3 successes?
6 into 10.
Same.
And then a 4 on the other one.
0,
I got
9.
a 2 on the other.
So close to a crit.
Did anybody get more than 3 successes?
Nah.
Look here,
You
it
don't
would have
see
been
anything.
nasty because the
large
other
and
die
bullshit
was a skull.
You don't see anything out of the ordinary. You look around. Everything seems to be in its place.
Is there any way in here, Tansy, aside from the front door?
No, I mean it's a mausoleum. They're not really known for their excessive amount of entrances. There's no
They're
hiding
also
or
not
nothing.
known for their living quarters. I don't know what you have here. Perhaps
Walt's
you have
gonna
a secret
check.
escape?
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
Wait, what was that?
Oh, I said, I don't know what you have. Perhaps you have a secret escape tunnel.
Do I have a secret?
Secret tunnel. What we got?
I don't believe you
No,
have.
I have not previously discussed the option of a secret escape tunnel, and although that does sound like a dope as fuck idea, since I didn't have one previously, I probably should not admit to one right now. Be like, oh yeah, it's a good idea.
Yeah, that's fair.
So.
Can Walt
Alright.
check his person for his blood sample that he got from that cauldron?
So only one entrance.
Seems to be
See
there.
if it's still there.
Seems to be there.
All right, we're good. You're gonna see Walt dig forward inside and relieve to exit.
Aren't there some sarcophagi out in the main area?
Yeah, there's probably like one that I'm using as like a that's probably like what actually the main like coffee table is sort of built on top of. So like the
The one we stuck Walt in?
yeah.
It's there.
Let's go, why don't we go check that out? Perhaps. Is there anywhere in this room where somebody looks like somebody could hide, like under the bed, or is the bed on a
But
slab?
it's a pretty small area, so you don't really think you figure someone could hide in theory, but it wouldn't be easy. You don't think a regular person could do it.
Is the scent of human getting weaker or stronger?
It's fading over time.
In general, is there like an area where it's stronger than others?
No.
Wow.
Sounds like they probably came in.
I'm gonna go outside and activate Oblivion Sight to see if I see any like footprints or something.
Activate Sebastian vision.
Well, because it's dark outside, I don't feel like this mausoleum outside has any real lighting. So just to see if like there's any tracks or anything looks disturbed outside.
Roll me your wits awareness.
Can I add the heightened senses?
Yep.
Yay!
And while she's doing that, or while Sebastian's doing that, I want to go check the sarcophagus inside.
It's 7 with a messy crit.
Nice.
You saw some tracks, but then you bled all over.
Very thematic, because Sebastian, multiple things happen at once for you. As you will your eyes to see through the darkness, you feel this kind of innate anger and rage begin to build up in you as you realize you should have seen this happening already. This should not have happened to you, as you realize amongst the footprints that you'd expect to see, there is a track that is very meticulously done so that way it blends in with the other ones. But you realize you are being tracked by something. Someone has dared to bother to do this to a Sombra. And that is making your blood boil. I will say, until you figure out who this is, you will be operating at a 2 dice penalty to every dice pool, or until the scene ends, whichever one comes first.
He's gonna go back in and shut the door a little bit, like just to like look to see if he sees anything in the tree line or like what's ever around, if he sees anybody like lurking.
Looking around, you don't see any people. You do see that there are vehicles around you. You see there is some kind of larger, like, not SUVs, but trucks.
Given the late night, Sebastian's been here enough. Are they trucks that are familiar to him for like workers or like normal vehicles he sees at night?
They all look normal to you. None of them look out of place from what you're seeing. You see there are some, four-door cars, some of the kind of larger trucks that don't have any kind of symbols or advertisements on them, and you've seen them there before. So none of them looks out of place or new to you.
He's gonna step back in, close the door.
Audibly?
Gently.
Okay. Like slams the mausoleum door shut. Bang.
Yeah. Gently shuts it.
Guys, is there anything in the sarcophagus?
No, you open it.
Okay.
Just looks normal.
Walt's
He's just
got
gonna
a knife out.
he's gonna poke. He's gonna like run his sword through the empty space in case there's something there.
You're scratching up the inside. It's making that kind of almost like like that nails on chalk sound begins to kind of cut through, but nothing else.
Well,
Sorry, there's nothing there.
Good
Slides
news
it
is there's no one outside, but bad news is we're definitely being followed.
Followed.
Please, I don't want to move.
Tracks
won't
outside, they're
activate-
very clever.
How,
Can we
how
follow
does the
them?
beast work?
Since
There.
the beast will allow you, through your connection with your beast, to reach out to detect the beast of other people, it could tell you if there are other vampires or other supernatural beings with a beast around you.
It says immortals and vampires and other supernatural. So mortals does count.
Do you wish to attempt to sense the beast?
It's worth a shot. See what we get.
Let me check what the dice pool
Get
for
a
that
pulse.
is.
I think it's all discipline.
It was all a dream.
Resolve animalism. Yep.
Rolling it. I'm sticking resolve on the slot. Navigating the sheet for skills. Oh, so my discipline would be the plus what your discipline does. That's 3
For
dice.
this one is animalism.
Oh
Not
yeah,
both those are.
animalism. That's also 3.
Mhm.
It's got animalism 3. So yeah, resolve. That's 3. And let's go. 2 successes.
Let's see. Sebastian, roll me your composure and subterfuge, please.
Is it still at a 2 dice penalty?
Yep.
Then it's just 2, which is just these blood die that are in my hands right now. 2 successes.
And you got 2 as well, right, Walt?
Mm-hmm.
It's not very clear, but you're definitely sensing a little bit of aggression from Sebastian. It's just a little bit.
Yo,
That's
Sebastian,
about
what's the matter with you, man?
I'm fine. It's all fine. Everything's fine today.
Yeah, yeah.
Somebody's
fine.
in the mood. Thought we had fun in the cut.
Well, it looks like we have a new problem to deal with, but it's just another night, right?
I'm so tired of problems. All right. Listen,
Just think of
I
it this
love-
way, Fancy. They keep things interesting.
I'm starting to think maybe being bored wasn't as awful as I used to think it was.
Well, whoever it is, they're certainly very clever. They were going back the game, but using the same tracks. Only happened to catch them. It seems like they accidentally messed up. Or on purpose, I don't know. It's hard to tell intent from a footprint.
I mean, that means you got a trail of some kind, right?
Can we like follow it? See if maybe we get like tire tracks or something? I don't know. Or see how far they walked on foot or
I guess we
is it
could.
a thing we can do? I mean, that's not really something I can do, but Anush, that seems like a thing that you could do.
Sebastian seems to pick up on these tracks better than I.
I got
Perhaps.
lucky.
Well, lucky tricks of the trade.
And the cars in the parking lot look to be the usual suspects. Nothing out of the ordinary.
Smelled like human in here. That was interesting.
I mean, I don't think any humans knew we were here.
Doesn't necessarily have to be human. Human could be ghoul.
That's true. But wouldn't a ghoul smell different than a normal human, or would we know that, Ree?
It'd be difficult to tell. It would depend on the specific persons involved.
Oh, okay. But we probably wouldn't know at this point.
Is there some sort of roll Walt can make to see if he inadvertently said something in the Home Depot?
You don't think so? Like nothing. You kind of go through your memory and you didn't really discuss anything that would be against the rules or anything like that. You just kind of took care of business.
No, I didn't say nothing in the Home Depot. You know how long they've been following us, man?
Sebastian, you want to go outside with me and we can follow this trail, or
Yeah, let's go. Tansy won't make sure nothing was taken.
I do my best.
before Sebastian closes the door, Anush is going to browse the blood to activate his pass without trace, or wait, is it unseen passage, and
All
silence
right,
the
roll
dead
it
so
for
they
me.
be invisibles.
Okay.
Rousing success.
Nice.
Only you could
Alright.
crit on a rouse check, right?
All right, and you step away, and as you kind of get out of view of your companions, you fade from sight.
He's gonna do his best to look at the tracks and see if he can't.
Okay. Since you
Trail.
already pointed them out, I will say you can follow them. It's not too terribly difficult. And as you and Anush are following behind, you do find the point where the trail meets the stone and pavement, and the tracks do continue for a moment. And as you reach this alleyway where they're leading, you all can smell the faint traces of gasoline in the air. And you realize if there was someone here, whoever it was probably just here.
So
Alright.
so is this alleyway like in between buildings, or is it an alleyway on the cemetery
It's
property?
between two buildings. Looks like maybe apartment buildings to you. Looks more
Looking
like a U-shaped apartment area. And then this is where the like gas, not the gas, the trash would go out.
Does there look to be any cameras?
No.
Well, they're clever.
Clever girl.
He's gonna walk along a little bit and just like every once in a while put his hand down where he thinks like a tailpipe of a car might have been to see if he can feel anything that's warm.
You do find sections of this area that are still warm. You figure that it's probably not been very long since there had been some sort of vehicle here. You can still, between the smell of the gas and the kind of not quite faint heat, but it's still warm on the pavement areas, and you can see kind of where the tires have left kind of like an imprint and from the dirt onto the actual pavement.
Scent wise, is it still just gasoline and like maybe any lingering cologne or
The
any sort of
gas
deodorant?
is the kind of overwhelming smell. If you would like, you can attempt to roll to see if you can pick up something.
Yeah, I'll give it a shot. What
Good.
am I wits and
Well, it's an awareness, and your penalty will not apply for this roll.
Anash is also giving Sebastian plenty of space, staying about 15 or so feet behind, just in case.
aspect still applies?
Just want to make sure that, in case Sebastian were to feel threatened
Spend a willpower.
or something happens. Don't get caught in the crossfire.
Glad I did. That's 8 with a crit.
You can pick up, it's not so much as cologne as it's this kind of like watery smell. You gather that whoever this was has very clearly made like an attempt to completely hide their scent, but you can tell that it's not quite a lack of smell, but whatever it is that they used to cover their scent has a very faint smell to it. You figure you could probably pick it out again if you smelt it?
Watery. Is there any water on the ground?
No.
They're disguising their scent somehow. Smells like water. But like not water because there's none on the ground. You know anything about this?
Might. Noosh might.
Anush is gonna take a glance around, see if he sees anything unusual. With one success, he probably doesn't.
No, you noticed there is a track on the ground there that Sebastian's pointed out. Other than that,
Yeah.
no.
I don't notice anything Sebastian hasn't pointed out, basically. I forgot with. Oh, okay.
Cough, cough,
So yeah,
remember,
any,
cough, cough.
any sound? No, it's okay. I was just double checking with unseen passage. If you make any sound, you can visible. So what was the question again?
Speak very lightly without breaking it, but any kind of loud or overt noises would break it.
Okay. Well, in that
Unless
case,
you have silence of death.
I do
then
have
you
silence
can't.
of death active,
Okay,
but I
then
could
you can't make
deactivate it
noise.
temporarily.
That'll be up to you.
What did you ask again, Sebastian?
Oh, if you knew anyone who could do this or anything.
That's a good question. Well, would you want me to roll to see if I knew anyone that this might ring any bells?
You can
Is
roll
it in your
intelligence.
notes?
You can try an intelligence in academics roll, because we're going to use academics kind of like history, because academics doesn't get to be used that often.
He figures Anush is a little older than him, that this might be life experience.
I got one success out of 2 dice, so 50-50.
There's you don't recognize this.
Really? Oh,
And it's just like kind of creeps up to Sebastian within like whisper range, and maybe Sebastian just kind of hears the voice right from behind them. It's like, I haven't seen anything like this before. Doesn't ring any bells.
That's a little bit alarming then. Let's go back and see if Tansy and Walt found anything, because I think we don't have anything else here besides this track, and I can't exactly take it with me.
Yes, we're definitely dealing with some sort of either highly skilled professional or very sneaky creature.
No, it's got to be human. It smells human.
Perhaps a ghoul
That's what I'm worried about.
or a hunter.
That's the other thing I'm worried about.
I have run into a few around here.
I don't think they followed you, did you?
Not to my knowledge.
Let's go back to Tansy and Walt. I'll see if Tansy will come out and take a photo of this.
Good idea. You shouldn't use electronics.
I don't even own a phone. I don't even own an alarm clock.
Get you like an analog alarm clock.
No.
Right. And while this
Like
is
my
happening,
TV, I haven't bought a new TV since like 1999. I still have like the big TV because the flat screens hate me.
all these
My aunt has one of the
conversations
original
are
flat
being
screens.
held. Tansy
It
and
weighs like
Walt,
200 pounds.
Yes.
what are you two doing?
I am looking. I know that they said to look for anything that's missing. I specifically want to look for. Would I be smart enough to think to look for like recording devices, like any bugs? Would I be smart enough to think that, or?
But that is up to you. I do not know how smart Tansy is. Only you know that.
Well, I have 1 dot in tech.
You can
I only
roll.
have 2 in intelligence.
You can roll
No.
intelligence in either tech or investigation if you'd like to see if you can find something.
Yeah, let's. You know what? That's what the dice side. That's a 10. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna look for bugs. Since I rolled to see if I would be smart enough, and the dice gave me a 10. So roll
Okay.
the 3 hunger die, intelligence plus tech, and that's 2 successes.
You check anywhere you think would be a good spot, and you don't find anything.
All right. Fair enough.
Walt's main priorities would be the rabbits and his chemistry station, and we already checked the chemistry station.
Mhm.
So Walt's gonna try and kind of like peek into Tansy's room because he doesn't exactly have permission to be in Tansy's room at the
You have
moment.
permission in this instance. You've got permission to go snooping around this time.
Be careful what you say. Walt will in fact do that then, including his curiosity flaw.
Nancy's too busy like looking under the looking inside like cupboard, the few cupboards that are in there, trying to figure out if there's something glued onto the side or underneath something.
Walt trying to figure out everything.
Okay. Looking around, you can roll me intelligence and investigation, or I guess animalism, not animalism, animal kin to check on the rabbits. Looking for other stuff just kind of happens. You just look around. I don't know if Tansy has any actual secrets in their room that they would like to hide from you.
Nothing that you wouldn't already know. Tansy's actually pretty open about who she is and what she's about. So I don't think there would be anything specifically that she's actively trying to hide from Walt or really anybody else in the coterie. I mean, she's got an entire room dedicated to making weird jewelry out of dead things. And it's pretty all out there for everyone.
Any diary, any clan notes?
She probably does have. So, like she probably has a big like marabou fur covered diary journal thing in bright pink with a big glitter like pen with like feathers on the top, but it's locked. She would lock that diary for sure.
Oh yeah, Walt's too curious. He's gonna corrosive tie on the lock. He's too curious.
Well, it's the blood.
Alrighty, we rousing and another success out of 10.
All right. So you
Wait for like
command
multiple
your
shots
blood
roused,
to
shoots
come
himself in a
forth.
frenzy.
He
You
pricks
hear
himself
a hiss and the burning and breaking of metal before the lock melts off and falls to the ground.
Walt starts reading. He's too nosy.
You probably see a lot about Tansy talking about her ex, who, as you sort of dig further into it, you realize that he's dead. Like her ex-boyfriend is dead, and that has been a not like dead like we're dead, but like dead.
Final blow. I'm with you.
There's probably some poetry of very questionable quality. That is not your opinion of Tansy probably drops quite a bit after you read the quality of the entries here.
I don't know. That bond's pretty strong.
It's real bad. It's real bad. You can see like she's probably tried to do something fancy and it's just ended up being a complete and total mess. Like Ode to the Bones or something of just trying way too hard and failing miserably on all accounts. You also probably find some cryptic messages where they're like half written in like stuttering Italian, like it's kind of going back and forth, like she's trying to like write this in Italian, but she's not very good at it yet. Couple of mentions about something about a chamber and something about like a great great grandma, maybe, but that might not be. That's up to Ree how clear that part is.
Ex-boyfriend got a name before we go there.
Yeah, I named him Ewan.
A1?
Ewan, like EWAN.
Oh,
exactly
okay.
Like that. Exactly like that.
Irish spellish.
Y'all forget that Tansy's Scottish because I'm not subjecting y'all to whatever atrocity that would be.
I mean, I'm just saying. I'm just making sure.
Yeah.
I'm just making sure. But yeah, the clarity of the text. It's up to our game master.
It's not Scottish, it's crap.
It is. There are some linguistics issues, as there are just some phrases that Walt would not recognize, making it kind of hard to get the full meaning of the text. If you had access to, I would say, either just a Scottish translator, you could understand it better or clearer.
Does she write it in Gaelic?
It's not so much that the writing is in a different language, as there are just some phrases that we would not use in like an American using and speaking. These are meant to be Tansy's thoughts. There would be some time to figure some things out. There are just some phrases you don't recognize that makes it kind of hard to get the full meaning. But you're welcome to do a little bit of research so you can translate it for you.
Yeah, keep doing the research. Just keep at it.
Can Walt roll to memorize what's on the page? Because I think Walt would probably be a little antsy. He'd think like, I don't have time to just sit down and read Tansy's diary in her room.
How long would it take to memorize it?
Even if they stole something.
Sure, roll me intelligence and either academics or investigation.
Okay. I thought his academics was good. I guess not. It should have been better when I built the character, but I got intelligence. And I'll just be my 3 then. I'll just roll intelligence raw.
I mean, you did go to school.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's why I'm sitting here like, why don't I have a dot in academics? That's weird. Just have 1 dot in academics.
You can buy dots.
Never enough dots.
All right, those are all 3 successes of my 3 intelligence die.
Wow. Yay.
So with 3 successes, you haven't so much as memorized what's on the page as you've kind of gotten the overall kind of meaning of what's on the page. It'll take some more time to get like a verbatim memorization on it, but you have a general idea, which page, this page talked about this thing, this other page kind of talked about this other thing. But it will require more successes to try and get a verbatim memorization down. Yeah,
well, Walt's angling for passages like in phrases he doesn't recognize, so we can look them up later.
Give me another roll.
All right, same roll?
Yep.
All right. 2 successes.
Okay, 5. You've memorized most of them. If you wish to attempt to get more of them, you have to make another roll.
How long is this taking, by the way?
Exactly.
So far, it's been about 30 minutes.
How long is it taking to go out and take a picture?
That's cutting it close.
It is. This is cutting.
He might be he might be totally engrossed in what he's doing. I don't know. We don't even know what's going on. So
yeah,
Walter close it and put it back.
Let's get nervous.
All right. As you
that's him.
As you place the book back, Sebastian and Nosh re-enter the haven.
I mean, there's still technically a room separating us.
Yeah, I believe you find Tansy is still in the main room, I believe. So if that is not true, please let me know.
Yeah,
check
I'm
your
probably
rabbits.
like standing on chair or something, looking like inside the wall sconces, trying to see if I find anything buggy.
Anybody notice Walt come out of Tansy's room?
Oh, he didn't walk out
Yeah,
just yet. He's going to use his last little bit to check the rabbit cage a little more thoroughly.
Is Walt rushing to check the cage?
No, he's going to do like a passing once over because he looked at it on the way in. He's just giving it a once over on the way out.
Roll intelligence investigation -1.
All right, intelligence investigation -1. Let me just roll 2d10, man. All right, that's one success.
As you kind of just look back over him, the rabbits seem frazzled a bit, but you're not sure if that's because of something happening or if it's just because you kidnapped them in the middle of the night and put them in an enclosure.
It couldn't be the smell of corrosive vitae.
Mm-hmm.
They're still traumatized.
Exactly.
Speaking of which, could we smell the corrosive vitae from the other room?
I would definitely say Sebastian and Anosh can, because their senses have been magnified with heightened senses. But not Tansy.
But that's a new smell when we came in then. So that
It
might
is.
set off an alarm.
Tansy, why does it smell like something's burning?
So he's burning? I don't smell anything.
It smells like
Melting
like
metal?
burning blood.
Yeah, a little bit of blood too.
That's when Walt will walk out.
Hey, Walt, do you smell that? I mean, I don't smell it, but they smell it. Do you smell something?
Oh yeah, I use my blood to smell a little something on the cage. You know what I'm saying? Rabbits were looking a little spooked. I had to reinforce some of the metal fittings. You know what I'm saying?
Doing some spot welding, are we?
You know how it goes, Harrison?
No, I don't. That's a neat trick.
So Sebastian's just following the smell.
Do it. Do it.
It's like I want to see the great work Walt has done.
You follow the smell into Tansy's room, and you look around, and you notice that there's a small kind of, well, it was a box that had a very clear metal lock on it, but the lock has since been kind of dissolved partially. There's even some kind of acid burns going along the front of it.
Hey, Tansy,
Yeah.
what did this box contain?
Oh, I rush in. That's private.
I didn't look. That I don't know if that lock was melted earlier.
I mean,
Some fresh burn marks.
it wasn't melted like yesterday.
Well,
Do you think the people that came in here, do you think they melted it?
I don't know.
Oh, my bad. I saw that there was like a lock on there. You know what I'm saying? So I took some of that extra metal. You know, I had to get a little extra something to use for the welding.
Roll manipulation and
rolling bullshit.
I was waiting for this for so long. I've been waiting for this for so long.
Maybe if you're like triple bestial failure.
Yeah, what is
Shut up. Shut up, Michael. Shut up. Don't you talk to me like this.
Kid, roll intelligence in either subterfuge or insight. And Anosh, you can make an intelligence and occult roll because you know blood sorcery. Your people
It was
have been
fine.
doing blood sorcery
Until
for
Michael started talking.
generations.
Oh.
2 successes?
It's okay. I don't have a big pool.
You gotta remember, this is what Walt does best.
Yeah, I only have 3 dice on my intelligence.
He rolled real low.
Insight. I got 2 successes on 3 dice, and they're all.
Can I roll intelligence insight too? I mean, I got 2 on the occult roll. I don't know if
you both see the wisdom in the idea. I mean, using metal to repair the metal would make sense. It still doesn't really explain why the lock was melted exactly, but it does seem to make sense to you.
That's good creative problem solving, Walt.
I mean, mean, if you need me to clean up the lock, you know what I'm saying? I can do that.
No, we'll just find her another one. I wish we would have known. We could have got one at Home Depot.
I mean, me too, Saracen. I mean, if I knew it was gonna be like that, would have picked one up while I was shopping. But it ain't like I expect to be followed back. What'd y'all even find out there, man?
Wait, so like, did the person that come in here or people that came in here, did they mess with the cage and that's why you needed to break the lock on the box?
Nothing really looked out of the ordinary to me, but the rabbits was looking really scared. I don't know if they scared of me or they scared of something that happened. And this is my food supply, so I can't take no chances.
There's a tire truck out there to take a photo of. I would, but I don't.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll come show you where it is.
Yeah, I'll come with you. Yeah. Dandy is highly suspicious of this whole thing. She may not be. She's smart enough to know that something is wrong, but she just hasn't quite put it together yet.
Can Walt pick up on that?
You can try.
What would be the ruling on it?
Intelligence. You can try roll intelligence insight.
Okay.
-2 dice.
Intelligence insight -2 dice. Wow. You a hater.
No, I will say +2 dice.
Okay, I was about to
This is
say,
what exactly you're doing. I'll let you say. I'll put you have +2.
I'd say all the time spent together in Blood Body, you talk about -2. Yeah, it's pretty much just.
Well, maybe the -2 would be if he was overconfident in his.
+2. 2 successes.
Roll composure and subterfuge, Tansy.
All right, let's see here. Subterfuge. I don't have any of that, but I do have. Well, it's only 2. 1 success.
You could definitely tell Tansy's a bit upset. That's very, very obvious.
Well, Walt's keeping it to himself. But yeah, like Walt's just waiting to hear from our expert trackers of what's going down.
Yeah, I don't like this. Let's go get a picture of this like track or whatever, and then
I don't know who to send it to, but I figure at least if we have a picture of it, we can match it up to whatever comes next. Also, they didn't there was a smell, but they didn't smell. If that makes any sense.
I mean, well, so you guys are out taking a picture right now. So I guess when you get back, if we talk about it some more, I was going to suggest out of character contacting my Malwa with questions. She might know something.
yeah,
It's a good option.
I'm into it.
Sure, for that, I will say roll me intelligence, investigation, and then add your Mala rating.
Okay.
And how are you contacting your Mala?
Well, I figured that Anash would probably contact her through burner phones he likes to carry. He has the resources to maintain them.
Okay. And you're calling from inside the Haven, is that correct?
Probably. I mean, Jesus Christ. I mean, well, unless he knows that he gets bad reception in the Haven, but if he, because I mean, if we think there's somebody that possibly is outside following us around, he probably thinks it's a bad idea to step outside, even if he doesn't necessarily trust the inside of this Haven as being a ears-free zone.
You don't see anything at the moment. It doesn't that the cell phone reception here isn't bad, but I mean it's a crypt in a graveyard. But it's not exactly high quality cell service either.
Okay. Well then, Anush might go outside to try and get a little better reception.
Okay.
Not too far, just.
Okay. And you use you really to speak with your Mala, you have to you have to call us several separate numbers in a very specific order. But after a moment, you do hear a voice. Yes, my child.
Hi, I had a question. We run into something interesting, and
Out with
it's not
it.
something I've seen before. There's someone is following us. They seem to be very skilled in covering their tracks, however.
I should always be following you. That is not
Mhm.
a surprise.
Yes, but it smells like a human.
Now that is interesting. What else do you know?
Well, we haven't there hasn't been a whole lot since it just happened that we left our my coterie mate's haven and came back to find the faint smell of human inside. One of other companions found some tracks, and we followed them to find what looked like the getaway location, but we were far too late to actually see anyone leaving, unfortunately.
Yes.
Uh, but it seems strange to me. Um, I have run into some hunter activity in the area, so it maybe has something to do with that. It's hard to tell, though.
You and
Could just be somebody's ghoul, I suppose.
you or your friends have been dealing with hunters recently, then I do not see why you would assume it is not currently hunters dealing with you all.
Well, they don't. The hunters that I've run into didn't necessarily see me. Well,
It is reckless to assume that no one saw you. You'll learn
it's
that with
true.
age. There's someone always watching. I
That's
cannot tell you what to do, for you are away from my accounting for a great many years, or few years, depending on who you ask. I would recommend you and your friends abandon your whatever meager holdings you have gathered for yourselves. If you will not do that, I would recommend arming yourselves, protecting yourselves from whatever may be investigating. It could simply be a curious human. But I have not survived as long as I have had to while relying on chance and hope and luck. I do not suggest you do the same.
no, you're right. Yes, you're absolutely right. You know, laziness does not beget survival.
As you have learned a few lessons after all, uh, make sure you are in attendance at the Elysium soon.
Absolutely, I wouldn't miss it for anything.
This line will stop being secure soon. Are there any other things you wish to say to me?
Is there anything or anyone that what they covered their tracks in a very professional manner? Do you know of any groups in the area that are operating?
No, unfortunately, my connections with the local authority were removed from the board before I could expand them. But I've heard of humans covering their sins in the war zones of the world. The Sword of Cain would know more, but I doubt they would tell you if you asked them.
Well, I don't know any sort of cane.
As wise, You're much too young to be dealing with such problems. For now, keep your ears and eyes open. Things are often in front of us if we're willing to see them.
Will I see you at Elysium?
I will be in attendance.
See you there. Click.
The phone call is disconnected.
Oh, Anash is going to go back into the coterie haven. So we have two choices. I guess maybe three, depending on one. We need to find a new place for Tansy to live. Probably the cleanest choice. Of course, the other one is arming up and bunkering down. Assuming whoever this assailant is or is poking around may, make a direct assault at any point in time. Although I feel like sitting and waiting is probably not the best option. We don't really know who we're dealing with, so I feel like being proactive is maybe best, even if it's just temporary. But being cautious is probably the best thing here, since we don't really know what we're dealing with. And I've had first-hand encounters with hunters on several occasions here in the city. So it is possible that I didn't notice someone who noticed me, and they found their way over here and are scouting the location and preparing an ambush. The other option, I suppose, would be, well, I think Sebastian likes his privacy. So I don't know.
I'll let you guys stay as long as you don't destroy anything.
I promise I'll be so careful with all of your stuff.
They follow us from here to your apartment.
Right. That's that good point, Walt. That's another good point. I was just about to get to that. Maybe we don't want to. I mean, Sebastian's gone between here and there several times already. So if anybody's watching us, they may have picked up on that.
Oh no.
So perhaps we need a different.
I never take the same route home.
But you get the same destination, right?
Yeah, but I don't always take the same way.
I mean, we don't know how long we've been watched. It's just the first time we figured it out because they made a mistake.
That's a really good point.
How many dots and resources does Sebastian have?
3.
I got 3 too. What would we need to put together like a temporary safe house type situation?
If your goal is simply to quickly grab an area, you could probably just do it with 1 or 2 dots. It would just be kind of like a small place, like maybe a motel room or something like that. If you wish to purchase something more sizable, that would require more effort or more resource dots.
Tansy, this crypt is lovely. But have you ever thought of expanding into something a little more fitting for your growing hobbies?
I mean, obviously, I have, dreams and plans and ideas, but I mean, this was my home. It was like my first real space that was mine.
It still can be. But I think at least in the short term, it may be safer. Although I can't tell you all what to do.
Or we get a camera, put it here, and each sleep either separate places and see if anybody comes back looking around.
I mean, that's an idea, but if they come in while we're like sleeping, though.
Well, not all of us stay here. Like nobody stays here. Just like leave a camera to see.
That's yeah, no, that if we could get a hidden camera set up,
I mean,
maybe.
I can't do it.
I don't know a whole lot about electronics.
I
Walt,
mean,
you know anything about these things?
I'm more than the average guy my age, you know what I'm saying?
Perhaps Walt could help us set up some sort of surveillance.
Walt cannot. Out of character, I gotta tell you that Walt cannot. What's he got? Like, I think he doesn't even have one dot in tech. Let me see. Yeah, he doesn't have any dots in tech.
I have 1 dot in tech. Could I theoretically rig up? Essentially, I want to make like a nanny cam, but instead of it being in a teddy bear, have it be in some sort of like taxidermied like mouse or something larger.
That's fine.
Sorry, Ari, like a possum.
You got a rabbit.
Rabbit, yeah, we've got plenty of
Walt
rabbit.
ate the rabbit.
Yeah.
Like a
Sure.
jackalope.
Your options would be you can do it quickly or you can do it effectively. Up to you.
I want to do it effectively. Anyone who is smart enough to get into our spot, they waited until we were gone and they left before we got back. So this needs to be effective because
Okay.
we're definitely working with something and people that know what they're doing and are not.
Can Walt somehow add his house repair specialty to this
You
to
can
help in
add
some
it
way?
if you help Tansy, you can add that 1 dice.
Okay.
Tansy, you can do a intelligence and tech roll or intelligence and craft for this. You want to get to 15 successes, and you can make 1 roll per day.
Woo.
So I have
The
intelligence.
project was going to be a bit of a project roll for you for this.
Yeah.
Big project.
Craft, and I can add a die.
But since you are taking your time, there will be a 2 dice penalty to attempting to locate it by another person.
Sweet.
Okay.
Excellent.
Hey, that's 2 successes.
13 more to go.
The process.
Lucky number.
Alright.
You have begun to gather the proper resources you'll need. You've been checking a few websites like Walmart or Home Depot, what have you. It'll take you some time, but you're finding the information you need.
I got like a Simply Safe doorbell that I'm gonna like try to take apart.
Like gets a rabbit and jams a Ring camera in its mouth. All right, nobody's gonna see this.
No, we're going the smart way. But that's what it would look like if I tried to do it quick and dirty.
The rabbit is set up as a ruse.
Oh yeah. You could have like the rabbit with like a fake camera. That maybe is not like a real camera, but like running. Have like something else that has a more obvious, but like poorly done. That's actually
No.
running.
It's like a diorama with one of the rabbits like holding like a camera, and it's like
Oh, that's
taking
fun.
pictures of like another rabbit who's like the model.
Oh, we're getting into Zimichi territory here. But
No, they're dead. It's
Do
fine.
it for the vine.
morbid obsessions with your animals aside, it will take you some time before you are able to fully get this up and running. Is there anything else you all wish to do with the rest of your night?
Hey, Walt's helping, so I guess that rules him out.
I guess pack a little bit so we can like get out of here and get to wherever we're gonna spend the day.
Yeah, what
I
works?
feel like
Why don't you
when
look on, like, Rent.com or something.
I feel like when they're messing with the camera, Sebastian's just like, because of who I am, I'm going to go get me something to eat and not be around this technology. Like, I'm not going to jinx it. I'm just going to go real quick to find food. I'll be back.
You hungry,
Oh.
Sebastian?
A little bit, but I don't really also want to be around here because I don't want to mess with that.
That's fair. That's fair.
Don't have no more accidents this time.
I'll try not to.
All right.
Are you okay with going
Sebastian.
alone?
I mean, if you want to come, you can. It's kind of boring.
A little stuffy in here. Are you guys all right? Perhaps you should lock the door.
Yeah, we'll be fine. We'll lock the door, but we got this, don't we, Walt?
Oh, we'll be fine, Sheriff.
You would never betray me, right, Walt?
Of course not, Tinsy.
See, like Sebastian visibly cringing.
Sebastian's just already scooting like out the door because he's like, I don't want to be anywhere around this camera. I feel like my general presence might upset it in general.
All right. Then
No,
in
don't
that
give
case,
storyteller ideas.
Sebastian,
Nice away.
feel like we should
Sebastian,
stay together.
are
That's what's going
you hunting inside of your group's domain?
Yes.
All right. Then in this case, the difficulty will be 4.
Secret.
Been spending a willpower. Oh, good. 7 with a crit,
Nice.
but no
All
messy.
right.
Oh,
Okay. And how do you how do you handle this hunt, Sebastian?
I imagine he goes to a bar popular with college students, tries to find the one that looks the drunkest. Just kind of does a little convincing, like, hey, I know something that's really fun. If you just want to step away with me for a little bit, it's fine.
Okay.
And
doesn't
it completely also does the when finished cloud memory.
Okay. It doesn't take a lot of effort. You do find a younger college age guy, maybe early 20s. They seem to just be kind of living, just enjoying the night. But it's pretty easy to convince them to return with you. Your appearance does wonders for such things. How much blood do you
They're
wish
like,
to take from
I'm
this
so
person?
lucky.
Just a point, because he's only at hunger 2, just enough to take that
Just
1 dot off.
Just a taste.
Alright.
Yeah.
It goes by pretty easily, and you do
Like
take your point away. You manage to lick the wound close, and his memory is wiped. An expert display of hunting by the Sombra.
Gently places him back at the bar, buys him another drink. Chats for like a little bit, and then
All right.
expertly done.
Sebastian, that's excellent work.
And as Sebastian is making their way back to the Haven, and you all are figuring out what your next moves will be, I think that is where we will wrap up our vampire story this evening.
Hey, for the whole evening, okay.
For the whole evening, we need to get you all prepared for Elysium. But that is where we will end up our adventure this evening. Thank you for watching. Thank you all for playing. And we will see where this story goes for this young coterie of vampires. But before we sign out, before we go and see who else is on the interwebs, let's have everybody reintroduce themselves, starting with Di.
Hi, you can find me mostly on Twitter at Dichomaniac. Catch me on Cookout TTRPG on Thursdays on YouTube and the Bear Pen. And I'm very excited. The 22nd, the cats are back for Wild Cat Adventures. So check us out at like 7 p.m. Eastern. It'll be a blast.
All right, next up, a is Sir Monolith.
Hi, I'm Sir Monolith, or at Sir Monolith on Twitter. You can find me Sundays and Mondays here on Reese channel, same time each day, 6 p.m. Pacific. And you can find me on Sundays as well on the Bear Pen at 2 p.m. Pacific on Blood the Bayou. You should definitely come and check out all those shows. They're a lot of fun.
All right, next up, Urswinger.
Oh snap! Walt somehow survived another night, almost. What's up, y'all? Y'all already know where to find me. Y'all know my username. Y'all know what I be doing. Y'all know where I'll be next, which will be Cookout TTRPGs, filming for one of our favorite little campaigns going on that comes out every Saturday. I know we film it every Saturday. Does it come out every Saturday, Ari?
I don't think so. I haven't seen the first episode drop yet. So
Oh,
check
snap.
out the Cookout TTRPG YouTube for that.
Here, I
It'll be a
got it in the
blast.
vault. Okay. Well, it's coming out at some point, but I'll be doing that. You can find me there anyway. But go ahead. Next caller.
All right, and last but certainly not least, our favorite shadow, Ari.
Hi, I am the Gremlin. I play in a variety of TTRPGs. Of course, I'm here every Monday and Sunday, playing D&D and VTM. You can also catch me over on the Bear Pen on Sundays, playing Elijah and Blood on the Bayou. I occasionally storytell stuff. I'm also over on the Cookout in a couple of campaigns, including some that you see these lovely people here in. But feel free to follow me at Small Shadow Snack for possum goodness, because why not? They are our only American marsupial. Love them. Don't hurt them.
And with that, we are going to end our story. So be sure to join us next week on Sunday for Arabian Nights. And then
Nah, but who are you,
on
though?
Monday, I am no one and everyone at the same time. I am a mystery. But I am the wonderful storyteller here. So please, if you do wish to view what I'm doing, please give me a follow on Twitter over at ReeRoles, all one word, to see what official projects are coming up. And at Big Dude Reed for my personal stuff. And I believe that's everything. So
Slide in your DMs. Stay tuned.
thank you. We're gonna see who can read.